from this report in Economic Times is that Carlyle Group, which of course is one of the biggest and the largest PE players worldwide, is set to acquire scientific stake or a significant stake into Sequence Scientific. About 50% is what we are picking up at a premium.
I guess we've lost the line with Pankaj, but let me take you through the story and what is actually saying. The founders may sell, the Sequence Scientific founders may sell about at least 50%. Post open offer, the PE fund may own up to 75% in the company. If you look at the breakup right now, Sequence Scientific promoters own 56%, so 56.7% stake in the company, and Ascent Capital holds 5% in the company. So for now, this is what the talk is about, that Carlyle will go ahead and buy 50% from the promoters and the family. They will buy it at around 85 to 90 rupees per share, or at least 7 to 10% premium to the current market price. So that is the story, and that is the stock to watch out for. Sequence Scientific, that for you, where it is saying that Carlyle will buy a stake in the company. But let's move on and let me talk about startups. And some of the India's leading consumer internet startups are actually offering additional stock options to their employees in a bid to retain them, given the broad pay cuts, and as due to the lockdown, you remember that you have most of the startups going in for sharp pay cuts for their companies, and this is one of the options that they're mooting to make sure that the employees are actually not leaving and they don't have to face attrition due to the pay cuts. Online food delivery major, that is Zomato, hospitality chain Oyo Hotels, as well as Grofers and Bounce are among those who are bulking up employee stock option pools all after initiating salary cuts. Across the board, the startups will offer now more stock options to ease the pay cut pain. So that is another top story that's there on the Economic Times this morning, talking about how the startup players are looking at ways to retain their employees. But let me move on and let me talk about the US markets for you. That is, NASDAQ has erased their 2020 losses on back of big earnings push coming in. Like I mentioned earlier, also PayPal, that particular stock rose by about 14%. That's the reason why S&P 500 as well as NASDAQ rallied in yesterday's trading session, with NASDAQ actually turning positive for 2020. You have big tech companies that are also the ones that are giving a flip to the particular index. So some sort of good news coming in from the US market, at least for NASDAQ. It's turned positive briefly for the year 2020, but need to wait and watch out and see how the particular markets are panning out, given the volatility in the particular markets. Even in Indian markets, if you see, the volatility is pretty high at this point in time. But let's get a move on and let's talk about coronavirus that you have, and the top 5 coronavirus headlines on the Times of India for you. So there you go. That's the top headline here. The state may extend lockdown till the end of May. State as in Maharashtra may actually go ahead and extend the lockdown till May end. That's a hint coming in from the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Remember, the cases in Maharashtra has only gone ahead and spiked. So cause of concern, Maharashtra CM hinting at a lockdown extension. Next, you have Railways that is readying up 5,000 coaches for COVID care centers. You have India Count that has topped 3,000 for a second day in a row. The single day addition of over 3,000 cases. Second day in a row, that's what we are seeing, that sort of addition coming in. Dharavi has seen 50 fresh cases as central team wants more bed, and 103 tests positive in Arthur Road jail. So there you go, it spread to the jails as well. Arthur Road jail seeing 103 inmates testing positive for coronavirus. So those are the top 5 headlines coming in the Times of India for you. There you go. Those are the top headlines on the Economic Times as well as Times of India. And that's a wrap on this edition of the newspaper show. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. But before I tune out and sign off on this edition of the show, here's a small news alert coming in from the News for the Hearing Impaired.
Good morning. You're watching News for Hearing Impaired. I'm Preeti. With me, Sonia. First, the headlines. India's biggest evacuation exercise, Vande Bharat mission underway. On the first day, 2 flights carrying Indians from Abu Dhabi and Dubai reached Kerala. INS Jalashwa